just ahead on CTV News.
Prince George's County residents can now bring their car to a Sheetz location near them. I'm Bryce Parker. We'll have more on that story coming up on CTV News.
It's National Slurpee Day, and whether you like cherry, Coke, or pina colada, I'll tell you how to get your hands on one of the summertime classics.
Plus, we sit down with one of the special election candidates. Those stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, July 11th. This is CTV News. I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Mariah Jalad. Thanks for joining us. Bowie police are seeing a concerning uptick in armed robberies at banks, with suspects stealing hundreds to thousands of dollars from customers. Police say the trend is called jugging, where instead of thieves stealing money from inside a bank, they steal from customers leaving the bank or withdrawing cash from ATMs. Over the past 2 weeks, the crimes have happened at the Truist Bank on Laurel Bowie Road, the Wells Fargo and TD Banks on Collington Road, and the PNC Bank on Stony Brook Drive.
To date, somewhere short of 50 incidents, of citizens being targeted while coming from or going to local banking institutions. We have had 5 of those incidents since June 28th. We had 4 just last week. And based upon that, we've been working with our regional partners as well as within the department to ensure the safety of our residents here in the city. So we're working with all of the other agencies that are involved, exchanging information and attempting to identify suspects in these incidents and hopefully bring these things to an end.
Now, police recommend going to the bank with a friend or relative to help be on the lookout for suspicious activity. Anyone with information on any of these robberies can call Bowie Police at 240-544-5770.
And a long-awaited Purple Line light rail vehicle arrives in the county today. The Maryland Department of Transportation and the Maryland Transit Administration unveiled the 142-foot-long light rail vehicle in New Carrollton this morning. Now, the new rail vehicle will have 80 seats but can only hold 400 people. Now, the Purple Line will connect New Carrollton to Bethesda with 21 stops along a 16-mile line.
For the first time in more than 20 years, the Chesapeake Bay scores a record high C+ on its most recent health report. The University of Maryland Center for Environmental Science recently issued the 2023-2024 Chesapeake Bay Watershed Report Card. Officials say this is the highest score the Bay has earned since 2002. The report card assesses the health of the water across 7 Bay indicators and 12 watershed indicators. The grade change is linked to upgrades made to sewage treatment and improvements in air quality. And Sheetz has finally made its way to Prince George's County.
Yeah, Bryce Parker has more on the grand opening in Bowie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready or not, Sheetz has finally made its arrival to Prince George's County.
I'm so excited. This is our first store in PG County, in Prince George's County. We have about over 35 stores in Maryland. I live in Maryland, so this one is really exciting for me in general.
Sheetz is a major mid-Atlantic restaurant and convenience chain that is finally opening its doors in Bowie, and customers are excited for its arrival.
All the people that work here, they do a great job. They welcome you with open smiles. One of my favorite things to get from here is the cheese curds. So if you're hungry, definitely get the cheese curds. This one has a drive-through and it's open 24/7, so that's another really good perk.
It's been amazing, and what I like about it most is that it gives Prince George's County other types of vendors and stores. Far too long we've had some of the same restaurants and gas stations, so it's a breath of fresh air to get something different here in the county.
In honor of its grand opening, Sheetz has decided to donate $2,500 each to Capital Area Food Bank and Special Olympics of Maryland, solidifying its partnership with the local community.
Yeah, the partnership with Sheetz is long-standing. It's over 20 years, and the best way to describe it is Sheetz is part of the Special Olympics Maryland family. Their values and commitment to the community and support of our athletes has a tremendous impact on the lives of our athletes, all of whom participate free of charge. So when Sheetz supports us, they're supporting our athletes, and they're supporting the communities where they're located, like right here in Prince George's County.
For those who are wondering what the Sheetz has to offer that is different than other convenience stores, Federer might say that Sheetz just has it all.
We have a drive-through, we have a car wash, just your ultimate one-stop shop. So come and just get anything that we have product in the store.
Now, if you haven't made the stop to Sheetz today, you might want to consider making this pit stop to Bowie. Sheetz is offering free coffee and soda to its customers for the entire day, along with their $2,500 gift card giveaway. From Bowie, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
Thanks, Bryce. Sheetz currently has 700 stores that operate in 6 states. And new numbers show Maryland casinos saw a decline in gaming revenue last month. According to the Maryland Lottery and Gaming, casinos statewide brought in nearly $163 million in gaming revenue in June. This is a decrease of 0.5% from June of last year. Nearly $70 million of that revenue was contributed to the state.
Well, over the summer, parents might find it hard to keep their kids active and busy, but a popular 24-hour hair braiding salon in Bowie has launched their inaugural 6-week summer braiding camp completely free of charge. I actually spoke with a few of those students about the camp's lasting impact. What would you normally be doing this summer?
Laying in the bed at home, in the bed, on the phone all day.
Nadine's Hair Braiding isn't just your average salon in Bowie, Maryland. Known for their round-the-clock service, they're revolutionizing the braiding experience across the U.S. Their secret to success? Speed and convenience. Viral on Instagram and TikTok, Nadine's gets clients seated, styled, and on their way in just under 3 hours. But now they're making an even bigger impact, introducing their inaugural summer braiding camp completely free for kids.
I wanted to take braiding and this learning program serious. I wanted to learn how to braid more and be good at it.
As a mom, hearing about the program was super exciting. I thought it was a great opportunity for teenagers to be able to express themselves, to learn a craft that is always going to be needed.
Amidst a team of talented braiders, these camp students are standouts. They're not just learning braiding techniques, but also valuable lessons in entrepreneurship and customer service.
I got 2 students that can grip very well now, but the rest of them know how to braid. They have the idea, how to prep hair, how to talk to customers.
I learned how to underbraid. I never knew how to underbraid. I learned how to add hair. I learned how to add the boho pieces in the hair.
From 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, this program is shaping future stylists and business leaders throughout the summer.
I want to start my own business. I want to be a cheer coach, and I want to do hair and nails when I grow up too.
And the students range in age from about 13 to 17, and the girls are currently in their 3rd week.
Now, that's a really unique and useful skill. I can't think of a better way to spend the summer.
Yeah, they seem so eager to learn, so I loved it.
That's great.
And you're watching CTV News. I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Mariah Jalad. Still to come.
It's 7-Eleven Day, and we meet our adorable pet of the week when we come back.
Hi, I'm Gary LaVox. One thing you know about me is I used to be the lead singer of Rascal Flatts. But what you might not know is I now use my voice to support paralyzed veterans of America. Today, PVA is fighting for accessible air travel for our nation's disabled veterans and all people with disabilities. Did you know buses and trains are accessible, but airplanes aren't? Did you know that in-flight restrooms are inaccessible? Did you know that 28 wheelchairs are damaged every day by airlines? That's like breaking the legs of 28 passengers each day. Unbelievable. How is this okay? Air travel should be accessible and safe for everyone, a basic civil right for all people. It is why I support PVA, and so should you. Our nation's heroes fought for your independence. So join me in the fight for theirs at PVA.org.
In sub-Saharan Africa, there is only one doctor for every 100,000 people, leaving people who have devastating medical conditions without the health care they desperately need. Since 1978, Mercy Ships has sent fully equipped floating hospital ships directly to people who would otherwise never meet a doctor or receive life-transforming surgery. Mercy Ships is made up entirely of volunteers from over 50 countries and also works to train local doctors and nurses to strengthen healthcare systems in the countries they serve. This year, Mercy Ships is launching their newest ship, the Global Mercy. This custom-built, state-of-the-art hospital ship will embark with hundreds of volunteers to help provide even more free life-changing surgeries to people in need. Learn how you can take part at mercyships.org.
Welcome back. A new business in Mount Rainier brings traditional art from the Middle East and Asia to Prince George's County. And just as the art form has endured centuries, the owner's own journey tells a story of resilience.
This one has almost 60 years old, and it's still in a good shape. And yeah,
2.5 years ago, Jawad came to America from Afghanistan, fleeing a collapsed government. Today, he owns his own business, selling, cleaning, and repairing handmade Oriental rugs.
They're woven in different countries, like, first of all, in Afghanistan, India, Turkey, and Pakistan.
The process of making one of these rugs is extremely time-consuming and intricate.
A 9x12 rug would take almost 12 to 15 months to weave. The rugs are art on the floor. For example, if you look at this rug, this is a Persian rug. Look at all these motifs and colors and patterns, how intricate, how detailed it is. It's not a machine made. Let me show you, this piece is a real Persian.
Jawad was not always this knowledgeable on this subject. In Afghanistan, he was a professor teaching political science.
Last 20 years back in Afghanistan, we got some small steps to an open society, to practice the democracy, about human rights, women's rights, everything that we do not have today in Afghanistan. You know, what is the situation for human rights for women there? They're banned to not go to school, work. I have 2 kids, 2 daughters, 4 and 6. So I'm thinking about that. If they were there and we were there in that situation, they were not allowed to go to school. They were not, if they would like to pursue their higher education, they were not allowed. It is a hard decision.
Rather than continuing his work in academia in the States, Jawad began working in the rug business to support his family.
I tried to educate myself in the industry, and after that I took small steps, and today we're here and we have a small rug business shop.
The business just moved to Mount Rainier from Alexandria, Virginia, where the rug market is more saturated.
We think that this community and this area is growing.
And even on the other side of the world, Jawad's business still has a connection to his roots in Afghanistan.
Each rug that we sell it here, it has a direct effect on the life of all those women and people who are in overseas, especially the weaver of these rugs are women in the countryside in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India, and they're low-income families. So it's also a kind of supporting all those people in overseas, and also for sure that it supports us too as a business.
To learn more about the business or buy or repair your own rug, you can visit AmericaOrientalRugs.com.
It's the time for my favorite part of the show, our pet of the week. Meet Ashby. He is a 3-year-old buff and orange tiger domestic short hair. He's been at the shelter since June, and animal management says he is a very playful cat.
He's definitely an outside cat, a tomcat, but he loves being indoors, like so much. All he wants to do is love on you. For real, he would sleep all day if he could. He is man's best friend. He's not a dog, but he's close to one.
And if you'd like to adopt Ashby or any of his furry friends, call Animal Management at the number right there on your screen.
As you know, it's July 11th, or what many consumers call 7-Eleven Day. CTV's Sierra Jackson stopped by one location to talk to customers about the big day and their favorite flavors.
Man, this cooled me off good. You know what I'm saying? It did it right.
7-Eleven is celebrating its 97th birthday with its annual Slurpee Day.
Yeah, this is my first time participating. I didn't know I had to be a participant, but I'm here though. I got that.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm a cherry and Coke mix type of girl. And for today only, you can get a free small Slurpee of your own.
Well, you know, we came out here to get some party decorations for work, and we realized it was 7-Eleven, so we're like, hey, might as well stop by 7-Eleven for free Slurpees.
But the deals don't stop today. 7 Rewards members can get a coupon for another free small Slurpee drink by scanning their rewards information on Slurpee Day to redeem before July 31st. And what's your go-to flavor?
Gotta go cherry Coke. It's the best way to go. Mix them up a little bit.
Sierra Jackson, CTV News.
I definitely went to go get me one during lunch.
I'm jealous. I'm going to have to be going right after the show. You know where to find me.
Definitely do that. All right, still to come on CTV News, the countdown to the county's special election is on.
We sit down with one of the candidates when we return. Stay tuned.
Let's get you home.
I followed you into the park, through the jungle, through the dark. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you.
That's true. Laugh until we think we're down. Barefoot on the summer night. Never could be sweeter than with you.
And in the streets you run free like it's only you and me. Cheers, you're something to see. Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Healthy wetlands lead to healthy communities. And Ducks Unlimited is the world's leader in wetlands conservation. Wetlands are one of the most productive ecosystems on the planet and support the life cycle needs of 40% of all plant and animal species by providing food and habitat. But Ducks Unlimited's wetland conservation work also benefits you in so many ways. Wetlands improve water quality by trapping sediments, filtering pollutants, and replenishing aquifers, so you can enjoy clean water. Wetlands also act like sponges that store and slowly release floodwaters to protect you from flooding and to reduce coastal erosion. Wetlands regulate, capture, and store greenhouse gases to help stabilize climate conditions and strengthen our ecosystems. And wetlands provide recreational opportunities, so you can enjoy outdoor activities like hunting, fishing, birdwatching, hiking, and kayaking. Learn more at ducks.org.
The special election for the county council's at-large seat is less than a month away. In the next coming week, CTV will introduce you to each of those candidates.
Joining us in the studio today is Republican candidate Michael Riker. Mr. Riker, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to get this interview. So, I'm not familiar with you. You haven't held a position in the county before, but I do know that you have 25 years experience as a detective in the police department, correct?
Right. Actually, it was 2 departments. It was 22 in Prince George's and 3 on U.S. Capitol. Okay. And I did about 15 years as a detective for the county.
Okay, great. So what else can we learn about you? You know, county voters, what else should they know about you?
Well, through my experiences on the road and doing everything, people always ask me, I don't know what to do with my children. And I've come up with some good mentoring strategies, and will help them out in now and in the future.
So that's the reason why you're running for the at-large seat?
Yeah, I see a lot of that, and I see a lot of the other things that are going on, families first, parental rights, getting a balanced budget, and no more new taxes, because we don't need those. The state and the county are taxing us to death.
And tell us a little bit about one of your biggest top priorities.
With the crime problem we got going on, we need to get more police officers and firemen. So we have a big public service problem. We need 350 policemen. We need about 200 firemen because some of the areas are only working with about 2 to 3 per shift, 12-hour shifts. And from, say, Route 4 down to the Charles County line, sometimes there's only 3 or 4 people, and that's the biggest sector in the county.
And we were talking a little bit backstage about, you speaking to people out and about in the community and some of these, people in law enforcement. How exactly do you plan on getting that done? Well, they're doing a good job as far as recruiting, but we've still got to get the word out. $63,000 when you sign up or when you apply and get the job, and another $10,000 signing bonus on top of it. And there's all the ways you can get into it. Also, if you apply to be a police cadet, which is a civilian position, it's a foot in the door.
Okay, so these are big numbers, and you did mention that one of the things that you wanted to do is balance the budget.
Right.
For the operating budget for 2025, the county, we have over $170 million budget shortfall.
Right.
What's your plan for balancing the budget?
The county needs to live within its means. I mean, we get a lot of it from the state, such as the registration going up 100% for that. And the governor now did 383 more taxes in his bill. We don't need anything else to go up. I mean, it costs you, me, the viewers. Every time we go to the store, something's going up. We need to start it and just bring it down. And I think that'll happen eventually.
Do you have any specific plans to make that happen?
Not yet, because I'd have to look at the whole profile of the county and everything else.
And what strategies do you propose to attract new businesses and support existing ones in the county?
Well, I think once the taxes come down some, that'll happen automatically. I mean, you see Sheetz just came in, and it would be awesome to see other big groups like that come in. I did a travel down to Texas in the last 6 months or so. Buc-ee's is a big company. And if you could get one with 100 gas pumps and a store that was as big as a Walmart in here, that's money coming in.
Right. And I have to mention, you're running as a Republican,
I am.
This is a big blue state, blue
Right.
county. So how do you plan on reaching out to those Democrat voters?
Well, I've been going to different shopping centers, say the Dutch Market, Safeways, Giants, and I do postcards, and I greet them because we're all on the same level. This is about all of us, not just a color. I mean, if you notice, I'm not wearing a red or blue tie because it's about all of us. And we want to get the word out, and we will, and a lot of people agree. We all have that common ground, and you got to find it.
And one huge thing that's happening in the county is affordable housing. What is your stance on that, and how do you plan on possibly getting more affordable housing in the county?
I don't see the affordable housing. I go down the road and I hit Brandywine or someplace, and you see townhouses going up $500,000. Now, if you're a college kid, can you afford that? I don't think so. And not only the housing, but the infrastructure that goes along with it. And you have to sit in the traffic that all these new houses are doing. And they people say, oh, well, climate change is a big issue too. Yeah, climate change is a big issue. We all took biology, I hope. You cut down a tree, you lose oxygen, and the carbon dioxide doesn't go there. So it's common sense stuff that the local politicians aren't looking at.
And another part of your platform was cleaning up the county, dealing with litter and pollution. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm on a program on the internet, and I talk to the people, and I say, what concerns do you have? Our roadways are like driving on the moon. I said, we stop at the side of the road, you see trash. The school kids are supposed to be doing community service, so why not shift that into part of the community service program? And it's win-win.
I see.
So
that's some interesting ideas. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today,
so much for
Mr.
joining us.
Riker. Appreciate
Thank you
that.
very much.
Thank you. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll be introducing another candidate, Isaac Toyos. And just ahead on CTV News, Simon Buggs has our Thursday sports page.
And today's he's talking all about the world of basketball. Simon?
Hey there, everyone, and coming right up, point guard Stephen Curry gives his thoughts on playing with the Team USA basketball team. Don't go anywhere.
After I had my accident, people told me I needed to slow down. I told them, I don't know how. I'm not only doing the things I used to do, I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. For the first time in a while, I can see all the colors in my life. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
Because with the help of my VA care team, I'm reaching new heights.
Take your healthcare career to new heights. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov/PSA.
All right, sports fans, it's time for your Thursday sports page. We begin with continuing to highlight the DMV athletes that are looking to put on a show at the Olympic Games in Paris. We start with Oxon Hill native and boxer Jamal Harvey. Harvey qualified for the 2024 Games by winning the gold medal at the Pan American Games last year. This will be his first trip to the Olympics. Next is fencer Kat Holmes. Holmes is from D.C. and a graduate of Princeton University. And during her time as a Tiger, Holmes was a four-time All-American and finished in second place in the NCAA Championships. This will be Holmes' third trip to the Olympics. Moving on to another fencer in Haley Hasiason, the Virginia native will be making her Olympic debut this year. In her first year at Princeton, Hasiason was an All-American and placed third at the NCAA Championships. Another Virginia native in Tori Husk will be competing in her second Olympic Games at just 21 years old. The Arlington product is a six-time World Junior Champion medalist and swims for Stanford University. She will compete in the 100-meter fly. Moving on to Wayne Kailati, the Eritrean-born athlete attended Heritage High School in Virginia while winning both state and national level competitions. The 27-year-old will be competing in the 10,000-meter race in this year's Olympics. D.C. native Taylor Knibb will be competing for two sports in Paris. The 26-year-old not only qualified for the triathlon, but also earned a spot on the U.S. cycling team as well. And at the age of 23, Knibb became the youngest woman ever to qualify for the U.S. Olympic triathlon team. And finally, Maryland native Kaylee Ledecky is heading to her fourth Olympics this summer. Hailed as one of the greatest swimmers ever, Ledecky is looking for her seventh gold medal. Ledecky will compete in the 400-meter freestyle. Best of luck to all the DMV athletes in this year's Olympic Games. Moving on to more Olympic news, Team USA basketball continues to gear up to take home the gold as they took the court against Canada last night in an exhibition game. The U.S. came out on top in the matchup, winning the game 86-72. But despite the win, point guard Stephen Curry says it has been a challenge establishing chemistry.
The challenge to try to figure out, like Coach said, just the chemistry, just the flow and the rhythm, especially on offense, because there's a temptation to defer. There's a temptation to overthink every possession because everybody can make a play. And when you have an advantage, you just try to keep the game as simple as possible. That first unit, we struggled with that. But then once we got settled in, it seemed like everybody got a little bit more comfortable as we got deeper into the game. And hopefully the next four exhibition games we have, you'll see more progress. So it's just nice to get your legs underneath you and play some meaningful basketball in July. Like that's always fun. I just love hooping.
And that wraps up your Thursday sports page. Simon Bucks, CTV Sports.
All right, well, that's all the time we have tonight on CTV News. Thanks so much for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.